Hey Virgo, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for August 26, 2024. This is for Virgo. Last shuffle for Virgo. Let's see what's going on. Virgo, we have the Sacred Temple and we have Teacher. All right. Virgo, it looks like where you're meant to be. You may feel very strongly that you're meant to be around someone. Someone may be showing you something. They may feel like they learned certain lessons on purpose just to teach you, just to show you. Like I went through this. I realize now what I went that I why I went through this. I went through this because of you, Virgo. Very strongly. Jeez. This is someone who's saying that you've changed, that they've changed because of some lesson or something they've gone through. Now they see their past differently. They may have seen their past a certain way. Like they may have been felt victimized, blamed other people, and been like, "I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for you guys." Then they meet you and they go, "I was meant to go through that, so I can tell Virgo this." And I see telling Virgo something. So Hanged Man, um, Hanged Man, Hermit, and Nine of Wands tells me that this is about a person who's changed the way they see the past or what they've gone through in life. They see it as lessons now and not as a victimization. And so Spirit wants you to know that. And if that's not someone you're dealing with, which is what I'm seeing here, they're also telling you the same thing. You went through something or you're going through something for a better, a greater purpose. It's not about victimizing you. This is not about, um, this wasn't something that you could look at and go, oh my gosh, like if I wasn't going through this, I'd be so good. This is part of some part of your, like some part of your path. Is meant to push you forward, to give you more conviction about your next steps, not to make you look at everything and go, I wouldn't even be taking this step if it wasn't for them. So there's something about that going on with the teacher energy. This teacher energy is realizing it's very like they're trying to tell you how difficult this could be to be able to look at the dichotomy of a situation, like looking at both sides, right? One side of it is, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that situation. But on the other side, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that situation. And it's like a tone difference. And they're wanting to show you the difference. It's very difficult to make that choice, to separate yourself from things and realize that whatever you've gone through is actually supposed to be like another crown, another jewel on your crown, rather than a dent. If you look at that, right, your crown, oh, my crown was so perfectly smooth, all the gold on the side, and someone just created some kind of crater to stick a jewel in. You could look at it and go, you dented my crown. Or you could say, oh my gosh, I just made room for a jewel. You know what I mean? The sacred temple is the Fool, Knight of Swords, the Magician, and Death. And that tells me that you were meant to change. Your path was meant to change. You're meant to speak on something and to change other, like you're supposed to have conviction about what you're speaking on, especially when it comes to winning at all costs. No matter what, you spinning something. I know how this sounds, but spinning something to where you're the winner, even if you lost something. Loss isn't always a loss. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, I want to throw that out there because they're giving me the word abundance, right? And abundance, everyone always asks for abundance. They're always trying to manifest abundance. Their intention is for abundance, right? But if you're not clear on what abundance in what? Because you can get an abundance of toilet paper or you can have an abundance of money. You're like, I just want abundance. And Spirit's like, sure, you can have abundance of pain. You can have an abundance of pleasure. Which one? Right? So they're showing that you can flip something that would probably devastate or sabotage someone, and you could flip it to where you win no matter what, because you're not supposed to be whatever it was. It must be really bad. I have to say that it's not something great. It's not something perfect. Like you may have slipped and fell in the mud, and then it's like my outfit is ruined, but now your skin is glowing because the mud has some kind of property in it that completely made you look like the next couple of days everyone's like, what is your secret? And you're just like, oh, mud. They're over here buying $50 worth of this little serum that's maybe an ounce, and you just slipped in some mud and now you look fantastic. There's something about turning something, spinning it into something great. And the teacher energy is a person. This usually is a person that shows you like no matter what, you got to strut. You know what I mean? Friends and colleagues, Lord, people, you got something like Leo. Leo got nothing but people in their space. Like their whole day is not about them. Friends and colleagues with the Three of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, people are waiting because they haven't heard anything from you. I feel like the friends and colleagues energy is more like they may be waiting because and feeling in a way like you usually would talk to them so quick. You just come and tell them certain things, and they may be like, you know, Virgo, whenever you start going through things, I think your friends expect you to isolate because you may have done that before. When you're going through something that's really catastrophic, you stop speaking to people. They're already, it seems like they feel like they're meant to be a soundboard for you. They're meant to help you make plans. They're meant to be the place that you vent to or something here. And so your friends and colleagues are kind of like they're done waiting. Okay, and if they're done waiting, then they may start coming in offensive and like, I don't know what's going on with you. You want to be alone, fine. You must not, like they're taking something very personally, so expect something to that magnitude. um I just expect that a little bit. Also too, your friends and colleagues are, yeah, it's like they're expecting to be ignored. So you have courage here with the Ten of Wands and the Page of Cups. This tells me that you have to be brave about turning your frown upside down. This is about being really brave, having courage to engage with people and to almost not give them the whole story. Though there's something about Page of Cups is always like a sort of a breadcrumber. This is someone who's like, how are you? Wonderful, that's great. Not how are you, and you're like, oh man, my arthritis is acting up and again. That's the Page of Cups has no more depth than fine, how are you? And so you might have to be brave and kind of like hold back or keep everything very light or very fun or very celebratory, like, oh man, it's such a great day, it's happy Monday. You might have to be brave and be that way. And it's mostly because if you don't keep it light, right, it looks as though you're going to be accosted by people. Like, I can't believe that you wouldn't talk to me. It's like right now with the energy that everyone's in, they're going to be bold and kind of like be overbearing, asking a lot of questions, being creative about needling you for information. Um, and they're not going to understand it all the way. So Spirit's saying that instead, because this is what will end up happening, is that they're going to kickstart you thinking in the way of like, my life sucks, and then life sucks, then you die kind of vibe. And Spirit's saying that you're not meant to be in that space, and so expect to be ignored by these people too, or to be kind of like ostracized, shunned a little bit. Expect it, mostly because you usually come to them and you haven't come to them fully the way you usually do. It's like, if anything has taught you anything at all, sometimes solitude is best. And it's only because you need time to spend something to take yourself out of the deficit and put you in the green or whatever, in the black, take you out of the red and put you in the black, kind of vibe. You need time to get yourself together and to change your perspective about your situation. I don't think that the friends and colleagues are able to help you with that because they may be negative thinkers as well, no matter how positive they speak, right? There's something about them that may influence you to be negative. So Spirit's like, yeah, kind of keep that very light for now. Not to say you don't speak to them ever, but just like for now, no, because they're just going to get upset. It's like they're taking something so personally. I'm like, this is something personal happening with Virgo. How are you taking it personally? I don't get this. This is like, it's just got me a little kind of like upset a little bit. Like, how can you get mad about someone trying to change and keeping some things to themselves and needing time to go through something? Let them be, right? So you could be dealing with a Pisces, another Virgo, Aries quite strongly, and Scorpio. We also have Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. So you could be a Virgo, Libra cusp, dealing with a Pisces, Aries cusp, or an Aquarius Pisces cusp. If you're not dealing with these signs could also be in your chart. All right, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.